The water that you see coming from the building right now is actually water from the sprinklers, not from the fire hoses.
Police say it all started when the two men allegedly carjacked a car in South Austin. They pursued him northbound down I-35. Motor cars were so close to other businesses that when the chase happened through this parking lot, people came out and put themselves in the line of fire. That's this entire warehouse filled from floor to ceiling with food. Take a look at this. It's clear. You can see my face through it. But you might want to put the umbrella away because even though we got some of the wet stuff, this lawsuit may not hold any water. We also saw a taker plane that keeps flying around as well. I've got some of the damage right here. This is a roofing tile, Paul. You can see remnants of everyday life. You see a stove, a chair, a child's tricycle.
Our Bob Robuck is across the way, a little bit closer. I think we're going to try and get a shot of him and hear a little bit more about what he's been hearing over there. Bob?
Well, Marina, what we are seeing over here is quite a bit of damage. And, it was, as the question was asked earlier about the structural integrity of the building. Now, we have heard some more information about that. The water that you see coming from the building right now is actually water from the sprinklers, not from the fire hoses. And I don't know if you can see it, but they're up on about the third or fourth floor. The floors are blowing out, and the fire department says that they have had to pull back fire personnel from that just in case the building does actually collapse.
Bob, we're able to see from even across the street, is that really, it's almost unrecognizable, the wing of the plane. Did you actually get to see that up close? Yeah, and what the fire department is telling us, and they're just speculating, is that what is at the bottom here, where you see a flow of water and debris, you can see what looks like wreckage from the plane. Now, they have not confirmed that that is what it is, but they say it certainly looks like it. And you see different colors. You see blue, you see white, you even see a little bit of red, and it's just kind of hanging off this little overhang here. Bob, really quick before you go, we've been actually hearing word from some aviation specialists that aviation fuel burns very, very high and very hot. Are you still getting a sense of that being so close to the scene? Well, we're not feeling any heat. We're roughly, I'd say about 40 or 50 feet away from it. We're not feeling any heat. We are smelling the smoke like you would with a regular house fire. We understand that these particular planes might use a different kind of fuel, not jet fuel, so we're not smelling that. Basically, smoke like you would have from a burning building. The first day Metro Rail runs with all the warning signs and barricades here at the intersection of 51st and Airport. Is that effective? Well, with what we've seen, maybe not.
Despite these warnings and barricades, driver after driver after driver stopped too close to the Metro Rail tracks. If a train came through, the crossing arms would drop right onto their cars.
How you doing, man?
Police stayed busy pulling people over.
Primarily, we're doing warnings, giving the public a chance to get used to the changes.
Some think the changes are effective, but
it's also really slowing down traffic.
Another solution not working so well, these flexible posts meant to keep drivers from turning east off of Clarkson onto 51st Street.
And despite the posts, we saw way too many people making illegal turns. Is there another solution? One person thinks so.
Stephanie Morris lives in the neighborhood. She believes the city should make Clarkson a one-way street instead of a two-way.
Truly one way, not one way for a block, because that doesn't work, but maybe one way from like 45th up to 53rd.
Of course, there's still the problem with 51st Street itself. There's so little room between Clarkson, the rail crossing, and Airport Boulevard that even this Capital Metro bus overshot the road, blocking the intersection. Cap Metro and the city hoped the fixes would solve the problem. Ultimately, though, they may have created more in the process.
I've got some of the damage right here. This is a roofing tile, Paul, and you can find these everywhere out here. Take a look. They're littered all the streets here that are just off of Gaddis School Road. One other thing to show you, take a look at this. This was pretty much a brand new fence. Now it's just a big old hole, just a Big sections of this fence were torn out because of last night's storm. Now let's take a look at some video that we shot of even more damage. Now, boy, was it a mess. Last night's storm blew down trees. It knocked out even more fences, and it even did a number on this tennis court. Crews are out in different parts of the city. They're clearing out limbs, they're checking power lines, they're even replacing transformers. Now, we want to show you something that's heading our way right now. There's a storm cell just about to come into Round Rock.
I just want to go to every bar up and down the street and just ask them if we can post this.
She hasn't slept in days, but Missy Evans...
Anybody down here last Thursday night?
...won't give up.
Do you mind hanging this in your window?
Until she finds her son's attackers.
You want to talk to them and I'll go in here? You can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't do anything but pray for your son and wait.
And she's not alone. Her other son, Ryan,
So how about...
along with friends, drapes up and down 6th Street, passing out flyers and talking to anyone who might know something.
This must be a really tough task for you to do.
Yeah, it is. Never had anything happen to my brother before, so, you know, it's real hard to even have to do all this.
Let me give it back to you so you can hand it out.
Appreciate it.
This flyer isn't just going up on 6th Street. They've worked their way down to Lavaca, down into the warehouse district, basically putting it all over downtown.
He got it, so here you go, one.
I want to help my boyfriend as much as possible, and even if these people aren't, even if they don't know, like, as long as they can just look at the flyer and give it to somebody else, that maybe they will know.
Since last Friday's early morning attack near Coyote Ugly, no one has gotten much sleep. The knowledge that Nick still lies unconscious in Brackenridge ICU gives them the fortitude to press on.
Somebody's going to see these flyers, and if we could just get one person to come forward, it would be so helpful.
What keeps you plugging?
My son. And if I lose my son, I'll never stop doing this here.
So, Bob, what's going on there tonight?
Well, they swore in the new board members, Christina, and that angered challenger Gina Wagner, who was up against incumbent David Mellenbrook in the May 8th election.
Del Valle ISD Board Secretary David Mellenbrook signs paperwork that makes a new term for him official. The incumbent won the May 8th election by only 4 votes against challenger Gina Wagner. And with such a slim margin, this may be what put him over the top. It's surveillance video of Mellenbrook and fellow board member Stephen Hart telling store owners to take Wagner's election signs out of their windows. In this one, board vice president Ronald Wattinger appears to bully this clerk into taking his sign down. When he does, Wattinger acts like he's not involved.
He started talking loud, you know, while I had customers here. So I said, okay, I don't want any trouble. So I went over there. I just take the sign out and put it down here.
Well, I'm on the board of trustees. I never bought it. I'm like on the board that oversees the entire school district.
Wattinger clearly tells this clerk he's on the school board. Sign maker Patty Smelzer believes that's official oppression.
They're not allowed to go in and use their status or to go into any business and have them remove property that does not belong to them.
Board members wouldn't talk to us, but this store owner says Wattinger had a problem with the bottom entry on the sign, that Mellenbrook's children go to Westlake schools, not Del Valle. Wagner says his children do go to a private school in the Eanes School District.
People may not understand that Eanes ISD is Westlake.
Having lost by only a few votes, Wagner believes she can't even get a fair recount because she would have to petition school board president Richard Vasquez, who just happened to have worked on Mellenbrook's campaign. Surveillance tapes, high-handed accusations. Sounds more like a television drama than the story of a school board election.
Thanks for watching News 8 Austin at 9. I'm Bob Robuck. Now, we have continuing coverage tonight. He has no feeling in his legs, and the condition could be permanent. Police officers shot Hassan as they responded to last week's shooting at Fort Hood. News 8 City reporter Reagan Hackerman joins us live now from the Austin Convention Center. Reagan, you talked with one such family like the governor was talking about. Hundreds of cats and dogs are feeling the heat. The Austin Humane Society's air conditioner suddenly stopped working. As News 8 Austin's Russell Wild explains, the broken AC is just the latest in a series of problems to hit the shelter. Now, Katie, you mentioned it yourself, thousands of evacuees here. Is EMS prepared for something like this? Have they ever done anything like this? Well, Reagan, I may not be able to get out there, but I tell you, while your story was running, I was kind of grooving to the music there. And it's a great night tonight to go out and take a look at the UT Tower, glowing orange with the number 1 on it. That's for the Intellectual Property Moot Court Team National Championships, Maureen.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
No, but it sounds very intellectual.